Imagine driving down a busy road, the traffic lights ahead of you turning green. You accelerate, feeling confident that you'll make it through the intersection. But in the blink of an eye, your world crashes, literally. What happens next will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about road safety. Today, we dive into a shocking story that's not just about a simple mistake. It's about the dangers of ignorance, the laws we forget, and a devastating chain reaction that could have been avoided. It was an ordinary day for a female driver as she approached a busy intersection. The light was green, and just like any driver would, she saw her chance to pass. But there was something else, something important that she missed. The siren? In the distance, a fire truck was racing to save lives, its siren blaring a warning for all to clear the way. But not her. The driver, focused solely on the traffic light, was unaware of the urgency behind her. The fire truck, on a mission to respond to an emergency, was rapidly closing in. The siren screamed louder, but she didn't think it was close enough to be a concern. She made a choice to accelerate through the intersection, thinking she could make it before the light turned red. But that was her first mistake. She underestimated the speed of the fire truck. As she entered the middle of the intersection, time seemed to slow down. The fire truck, moving at full speed, collided with her car, and not just hers. The force of the crash sent her car flying into other vehicles, causing a chain reaction. 4 cars in total, all because one driver didn't heed the warning. The crash was devastating. Broken glass littered the road, twisted metal was everywhere, and drivers in shock stumbled out of their cars. But the fire truck couldn't stop. They had a job to do, lives to save. Despite the chaos, they moved forward, leaving behind a scene of destruction. The driver, however, was left standing in the middle of it all, wondering how this happened. As the police arrived on the scene, the investigation began. With the help of traffic cameras, they quickly pieced together what had happened. The driver of the car that caused the crash had made a critical error, ignoring the fire truck sirens. But what was even more shocking was her reaction when the police approached her. She refused to take responsibility. "I was driving normally. The light was green, and I didn't run a red light. It's the fire truck's fault. They were speeding and broke the law." Yes, you heard that right. The driver claimed she did nothing wrong and that the fire truck was at fault. But was that really true? The police knew better. Under traffic law, emergency vehicles like fire trucks, ambulances, and police cars have the right to bypass traffic signals when responding to an emergency. And that wasn't all. In emergencies, drivers are required to yield to these vehicles, no matter what the traffic light says. But this driver didn't yield, and that's why the accident happened. Despite the driver's protests, the investigation concluded. She was found fully responsible for the crash, and her punishment was swift. 3 points deducted from her license and a fine of 200 yuan. But was that enough? Could a fine truly account for the lives that were almost lost or the damage she caused? No amount of money could repair the broken cars or the trust that had been shattered. Let this be a lesson to all of us. When we hear that siren, we must remember that it's not just noise, it's a warning. A signal that someone's life is in danger and that we must act. Ignoring it, as this driver did, could lead to disastrous consequences. The rules are in place for a reason, and no one is above the law. Always be aware of your surroundings, and never assume that the road is yours alone. So, what do you think? Was the driver right to believe she did nothing wrong? Or was the police's decision justified? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more real-life stories like this one. And remember, next time you hear that siren, think twice. It might just save a life. Subscribe to stay informed, stay safe, and stay aware.